Yes. 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 Okay, bye. Oh, you're still here. Alright, well, this is Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron. Or the Dragon Yes Man. Yes-atron. And, oh my god, is he good. So he's a dragon, if you couldn't tell. And, well, I guess I have to explain how he became this. Well, in the same way Optimus Primal became Optimal Optimus by housing the spark of Optimus Prime. There's Megatron housed the spark of the original G1 Megatron and then fell into lava. And those two things turned him from a metal T-Rex, which I don't have because Hasbro refuses to make a new version of Transmetal Megatron. It turned him into a dragon. Seriously. Wanton destruction. Good for the spark. But yes, this is a thing that actually happened and is actually a toy in my hands right now. And I don't know if I want to put it down. But I guess I need to grab my other Predacons for size comparison. We got a lot of size comparisons to go through. Are you ready, kids? Waspinator. Can't remember the name. Also can't remember the name. Dinobot. Vertebrake. I've already done this one, but I'm doing it again. Scorponok. Transmetal Pterosaur. Ravage. Shadow Panther. Black Arachnia. Tarantulas. But the last one, not the last one, my previous review, Legacy Inferno. And now the last one, the biggest one of the biggest bot, his arch enemy, Optimal Optimus. I'm glad they didn't go with the same name idea. For this guy, it would be, I don't know, Megatronus Megatron? Kind of lame. What's that? This isn't the right one? You want the crappy Power of the Primes one? Fine. There you go. This guy is so much better than this guy. At least this guy doesn't come around with a tiny dragon Megatron on his back, because that would be weird. But I guess we have to talk about the figure, who is awesome. And okay, I want you to just take a look at this guy. Like, what can I say besides just look? I don't know how to describe it other than yes. He's got so much detail on his chest, on his legs, all the way up and down his tail and his head. There you go. Shot of his dragon eyes. To the wings, which are basically translucent. I'm not sure how I feel about them. They definitely look like they're broken with cuts in random places. They're fairly accurate enough, I guess, and clean ass back. Like, this is one of the least kibbliest beast modes I think I've ever seen. Like, unfortunately, the robot hand is kind of visible in the neck, but like, he's also eating his own ass. Oh my. 'Cause that's where his head is shoved up. Oh, and the lewdness doesn't end there. He's so articulate. Actually, let's go into it first. Are you ready for a drinking game? His neck's got a ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, a ball joint, a ball joint, and a hinge. Like, look. Oh, and a ratchet side to side. But like, look at that. His mouth can even open. Rot. What's Megatron saying?
I am not so easily destroyed.
Yes, of course. So his wings are on a keyed system. It's like, they do get in each other's way. Oh my god, but you can fold them in for some nice subtle storage, but why would you do that? These things are on a hinge joint for some reason, but also the wings themselves are on one big hinge joint. The arms are oddly articulated because they kind of look like they don't look very strong. They're kind of spindly and like doesn't feel natural, but they're on a hinge and a swivel for full universal jointage, a bicep swivel, an elbow joint, which I wish bend down, like, because I want to straighten his arms. They only curl up, but they do curl up all the way. And a wrist hinge that lets him wave, because he's beast royalty, or a swivel so he can hinge up and down. And of course, look at my titties. He can do that. The legs I'll save for the robot mode, because I really want to feel like talking about them in robot mode. But the tail is also on a ball joint, a ball joint, a ball joint, and a hinge. This is what I was talking about. They're so articulate. You can do that. And then you can do this. Now, perhaps some YouTubers or toy reviewers would steer clear of inappropriate jokes at this point, but I'm not one of them.
Coming.
Like, it always felt he was stroking his own ego in the show, but now he can do so much more. It also goes to show you that when Takara and Hasbro put their whole ass into it, they also put it in their ass. But, yeah, I really like this dragon mode. It's just awesome. It's so articulate you could, I don't know, poorly recreate the Die Ranger opening sequence. Let's give it a go. Eddie, Alright, before we get to robot mode, he does have one accessory, and it may be the best thing I've ever seen. It's a flame effect part. And, of course, you can shove it in his mouth. So you can breathe fire. Why didn't he come with a blue one for the ice beam? Maybe they're saving that for the inevitable cryotech. And there's really nothing else to do with it in dragon mode. So I guess we have to terrorize. Huh? You're not getting... Megatron! Terrorize! Alright, let's start by straightening out his leg. Folding that. And ratchet down. Fold. Fold. Straighten. You open up his crotch. For some reason, this panel does not tab in to the... Can you see it? Peg and tab there as securely as this side tabs in. But then you want to remove his head that shoved so far up his ass, along with his chest plate. You want to bring it all the way up. We're going to slide it forward, and we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to collapse his legs, which, if you're familiar with, well, you know what? We'll get to that when we get to size comparison. T-Rex Megatron. Then we'll... So now you've got a sweet bipedal dragon mode. Like, how is this not one of his modes? All right, so we have to open the chest plate, which is tabbed in on both sides. Pop it. There, you have to get it at the shoulders. And we're going to fold down those panels, rotate at the shoulder, so we have one arm done. Fold out the other shoulder, fold that little gold piece in, straighten out the arm. You have another arm. You want to take the dragon arms and fold them into the chest, and then they're just going to tab in on the chest plate where his other chest plate was. Smart use of existing panel, like existing tabs and slots. So you want them to look like that, shoved in there. When you come to the head, lock it in, it tabs, press down until you get a firm, and you can fold those back up. It's sort of slots in, and then unfortunately the chest panel is going to pop it up. You want to press it back down. Make sure everything is neat and secure, which it doesn't want to be. Come on, we're filming. Why are you fighting me? Why are you fighting me? There we go. And his freaking arm. There we go. And now you have a Dragon Megatron in his robot mode. And that wasn't too complicated, was it? Definitely not as cumbersome as this, nope, not that fold out, as this fold out would make you believe. Like, that's quite a bit of instructions. You know, I like the transformation. It definitely is quick and simple. Like, just kind of straighten him out and fold out a couple things. But yes, this is the robot mode of Transmetal 2 Megatron. And it's so close to being as good as the Dragon mode. First off, that face. It doesn't bug me as much as I thought it would, but God, that doesn't work for this Megatron. Like, they're 0 for 2 on head sculpts for Beast Wars Megatron. Like, it honestly looks more like it's for Cryotech. If you're unfamiliar with Cryotech, it was a blue repaint of Megatron, released in RID 2001, and gotten a character, been kind of fan favorite. Nothing, just a fan favorite repaint since. Yeah, that head definitely looks like it's more suited towards Cryotech. But he's got light piping. It's on the top, so it's more like hat piping. And he does have, I think, pink painted eyes. It's nice. Always have me some pink. One odd thing is he doesn't have a Predacon symbol. Thankfully, they didn't use the Prime Predacon symbol like the frickin' box did. I don't know where the hell they got that from. Transformers Prime, obviously. Like, he doesn't even have his own faction symbol on him, which I don't remember is accurate or not. But, he's got exactly what you want. The massive dragon head and neck as an arm with a ratchet. So he's, there is some articulation we can talk about. The head is unfortunately just on a swivel here. Like, even the third party, I don't know if just the, I don't want to screw up the pronunciation, but like, there are two different third-party Dragon Megatrons. At least one of them had a ball-jointed neck and a much bigger helmet. Like, why? But, it's got that much range. Even when you slide it back, which doesn't slide back far, you still only get that much range. This arm, do I need to do it again? Have you been playing the drinking game at home? On your own? Ball joint, a ball joint, a ball joint, a ball joint, a hinge. So he's got secret dragon punch attack. Boom. Like, he's I don't know, like a power battler or something. Just friggin'. Huh. Or if you want, he can do a literal dragon uppercut. He can uppercut you with a dragon. Huh. That's awesome. I don't care who you are. That's awesome. But the new arm has a universal, also slightly ratcheted shoulder joint. Can go all the way. Go out. It does have a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow, which is nice, and the freaking, that is quite an awkward wrist hinge, unfortunately. It just legitimately just breaks his wrist. You also have, oh yeah, ratcheted waist swivel. Oh, that's nice. And because I intentionally saved them for this section, ratcheted hips. that go all the way back. In fact, even in dragon mode, you can go like legitimately all the way around. That's impressive. I generally keep them in the middle of the ratchets, so like I try to get like 4 ratchets going forward and 4 ratchets going backwards. Okay. Because there's a bit of actually this one can get 5 ratchets going forward and 4 going backwards, or 5 going backwards. But it's this one 4. If you can get a 5th one, but it starts to separate the pelvis. And there's also some play in between the ratchets. So you can ratchet and then get your desired position outward. Non-ratcheted, but full range. You get a thigh swivel at the knee, not up here. A beyond 90-degree knee joint. And then just all the articulation, like the forward. You get a forward and back ankle. And you get a side-to-side ankle joint. No rotation at the ankle, but it is a pretty good pivot. So even in robot mode, which is probably the mode you're going to play with the least, give or take how you feel about that head. That head. I'll keep it in my pants, maybe. This mode, just on its own, is very good at posing. Yeah. Especially with the dragon head. Like, he's maybe not as dynamic, I feel, as the dragon mode. Because that dragon head is such a statement. I definitely don't think this robot mode is lacking. And now he actually is grabbing his own tits. So that's awesome. As for the accessory, this is why I think it's the best accessory I've ever seen. The box literally wants you to put it in his hand. It's not even a sword man. It's not even a sword on fire. It's just he's holding a tunnel of fire. Like, that's freaking awesome. And because it's got a 5mm peg on the bottom, you can give it to anybody with a 5mm port. You can do some wild shenanigans that I'm totally going to show off right now. Nope. It's also got what looks like a hole for compatible with like a pegs for like blast effects, but it doesn't fit. What the fuck, Joe Hasbro? Here, he's gonna fight you. Sword versus fire. Which one? And he's also got 5mm ports on his feet that aren't the strongest connection. So he can do a literal fire-powered kick. Okay. I'm having too much fun with this thing. It also reminds me of a knick-knack. There are some little things that bug me even in this mode. So this panel, the chest plate of the dragon mode, is supposed to plug in to that slot in his back. And it does. But only if you don't want the head to lock down securely. So, yeah. It bounces the head up that far. Which is kind of annoying. and why I prefer to keep the head down. Because keeping the head down also locks the chest panel. And I'd rather have, like, this panel is tight enough that it's not going to go anywhere. And it keeps itself tight enough that even though that's kibble, it doesn't really bother me. Because you've also got the tail ball joints. And yes, now with the visualization of what he did in Dragon mode, he's wearing that as a tail. Yep. Anyway, moving on to size comparison because we got a lot of them. Start with Big Bot and end with Big Bot. Power of the Primes. Optimus. Optimal Optimus. They actually do look good together in this mode. Mind you, I wish the Power of the Primes had ratchet joints. Scorponok. Transmetal 2. Pterosaur. Sorry, just Transmetal Pterosaur. It wasn't the Transmetal 2. Vertebrake. My previous review or next review, I'm filming these out of order, but Inferno. There you go. Whoever wanted a shot of him in Dinobot, you got it. Rack tonight. Tarantulas. Paleotrex. It was Spinator. His original self, who does feel like a heavier toy, but mostly because there's like a lot more plastic they need to actually make this guy. Like just all the stuff on his back. Ravage. Decepticons forever! I'm not going to do a Russian accent. Shadow Panther. Black Arachnia. And the original Optimal Optimus. Jeez, look how big toys used to be. And honestly, I think this is my preferred, at the moment, version of Beast Wars Megatron. Because like there's too much kibble on the T-Rex version that feels like it hinders it a lot. I don't have a Transmetal Megatron to compare. Like this guy's Dragon mode is awesome and hilarious. His robot mode is very good and not hindered. And I like him a lot. Like he's definitely worth the leader price point as opposed to Skyquake down there. But I also want to give a shout out to Toynado, I guess, who I bought this from. Because unfortunately, the Robot Scrapyard, they had one on reservation for somebody else. That's what happened. That's what happens sometimes. So I just got them from Toynado. There's their website. Their website will probably also be linked in the description. And yes, in my opinion, if you're anyway fan of Megatron, this particular Megatron, Beast Wars, you should get this toy. And I absolutely 100% will be getting the Cryotech Inevitable Generation Select repaint. That was a word salad. Also, they removed the vehicle mode. For anyone who doesn't remember the original Transmetal 2 Megatron toy. Oh wait, it's a double jointed elbow. I forgot to mention. Double jointed elbow. Yes, it had a vehicle mode, like all Transmetals do, sort of a mid-transformation dragon on wheels kind of mode, which thankfully this toy removed. But I think these things are supposed to homage that original detailing, because those look almost machiny, like they're supposed to be wheels. So I love this toy. I don't want to stop playing with this toy. But I do want to end this review, so I want to say thank you for watching. Leave a yes in the comments, because I know you will anyway. And until next time. Sure you can! Or it's just one long middle finger. Yep, that's it. He's giving you the finger. Keep it weird. Bye.